that road, there's plenty of material in it. You don't need to buy no more material. Just it's all rock. It's been, back in '64 flood, they put rocks in there and walked them in with D8 cats. That road, you're not gonna make it muddy. I mean, but if they just lower them rippers about, I talked to a couple of the gradermen, and they said, well, they were instructed not to use the rippers, so. So anyways, I thought I had an opportunity here today, so I thought I'd pass it on.
There you go. I got a new guy up there that has got a lot of private sector experience, and I'll see what he says.
Because that's a great grader they got, that John Deere. I don't know what's a $300,000 machine probably.
It's all-wheel drive. That was part of the Director Calvert bought that for the department, so it's not new. It's been around a while. But the whole idea is we could grade a surfaced road on Spy Rock. The argument used to be not to surface Bell Springs or Spy Rock because we put a cat on to push the snow. His idea of buying that grader is it has rubber tires and he can remove the snow.
Even like on the Bell Springs Road, you never need the cat until you get up the first 3 miles, and that's.
Well, we're moving towards. We would like to get some more surfacing out there, but it's very expensive.
Maybe you get some of that forfeiture money up that road there. Just
well, that's another thing. I got neighbors with equipment. A neighbor to me, he's got all kinds of equipment. Would the county be interested in, like, some of them to doing a public-private partnership to do some of those projects?
We regularly allow the logging companies. We give them no-fee encroachment permits to do work on some of, like, Fort Bragg Sherwood Road or Usaw Road or Low Gap Road out here beyond the split. So I have, if people want to work and improve our road, as long as they follow our safety standards and know what they're doing, we have that happen.
Yeah, it'd be under the supervision of.
And typically, if it's like the logging companies, well, frankly, they built most of the county roads anyway, so they generally know what they're doing.
Thank you. Supervisor Smith.
Thank you. On the note, Supervisor Pinches mentioned Humboldt County, and because of DOT's work up at Whale Gulch from the Four Corners area, I was up there recently, and 2 crews were there, which was probably collectively about 10 individuals or more.
Laytonville and Fort Bragg combined on that project.
So the residents were extremely happy, and that's going to cut down on some of the maintenance costs that we've talked about before. And there were some actual real partnerships there with folks with the culverts, and then the previous assistance with the dust suppression efforts in the past. But one of the residents insisted that I tour the road beyond Whale Gulch so I could see what disrepair the Humboldt County side was in. So I had to drive into Humboldt County so I could see how very bad it was. And now the whole focus and discussion is on the Humboldt side, how poor that road, because that's the back way into Shelter Cove. And so it sometimes works in reverse. So now the focus is on Humboldt County to get their road up to a standard that approaches ours.
But while a Laytonville crew was up in your district, people were calling me saying, "Where's the Laytonville maintenance crew at?"
It disappeared.
Okay.
When you have more need than you have resource, it's just the way it goes.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Howard. Any additional questions on the DOT Director's report? Okay. Thank you, Howard.
All right.
One last item of business, committee reports or supervisor reports. Anything to report?
I got one other question from Howard, or from anybody, I guess Janine. If we were to propose a sales tax increase strictly for, Howard, maybe you want to hear this. If we were to propose, and I'm not an advocate of more taxes, but if we were to propose a sales tax strictly for a minute, like the cities have done, a couple of cities, can we do that, or there's some issue with, because the city's done it, the county?
No. You could do a measure for sales tax increase. It'd have to be countywide, 2/3 vote, because you're asking it to be to address a specific purpose. It's for a specific purpose, special
strictly for roads.
Fund. Yeah. Then it would be called a special sales tax measure, and then it would require a 2/3 vote. And it has to be countywide. It can't just be unincorporated area.
But now we, as the Board of Supervisors, we could do that?
Yes, I think there's still room for us to grow on the sales tax, yes.
Without the buy-in of the cities?
Right, but
Because that would raise their, they have a sales tax higher than ours
Yes.
right now.
Right.
So then that would raise their sales
Right.
tax.
Yes.
The increment above that.
because it would be countywide.
Which would influence the percentage of passability.
Well, you know, the argument against this is, well, the voters can say, well, we've already got Prop 42 and we borrowed the money for the bond funding. But if the governor keeps suspending, if they get ways around giving us the Prop 42 money, that's not fixing our roads. I mean, as much as I'm not a higher tax advocate, it gets to the point where, you know, something needs to be happening. Some of these, you know, it's not just a nicer road so it don't tear up your vehicles and your tires. Gets to be a safety issue after a certain, so I don't know, it's something maybe that
You
I
just
might.
you need a few toll booths on some of those roads up in your district, John.
Thank you, Supervisor
Well,
Colfax.
one thing about a sales tax is people do buy stuff, and so, you know, the sales tax is the fairest tax there is. Anyways, thank you, Howard.
Okay. Now, any additional supervisor reports? Seeing none, I'll call this meeting adjourned.
Just in time.
Is that all?